Hey IBM, welcome to my living room. This is Bethany Hale. I'm the Chief of Staff for the Global Healthcare and Life Sciences Industry team. I'm also a health coach about to finish a year-long course in holistic wellness and nutrition from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So as a health coach, I work mainly with busy professionals who are trying to reach their health and fitness goals. I'm super passionate about prevention and taking a preventative approach to avoid all these chronic conditions that are really running rampant within our society. And perhaps you already know this, but many chronic conditions and diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and even cancer in many cases can be completely avoided through better nutrition and lifestyle choices, which I find so empowering. A few months ago, I led a discussion for the women of Watson Health called Eat Your Way to the Top. And I really focus on the role that food plays in our ability to be successful in the workplace. What to eat if you want to combat stress, improve your energy, increase creativity. I also gave some tips for how to eat well despite being super busy on the road all the time for client meetings, or if you have to entertain as part of your job description. If you missed it, don't worry. I've included a link to the materials below this video. So why am I here? I had a great response from the presentation, but also a ton of questions. So I've put together this video Ask Me Anything series to answer all the health and nutrition related questions that folks have sent. For anyone who knows me, you know I can talk about food all day. I pretty much only take breaks while eating. So keep the questions coming so that I have an excuse. So I should mention that these answers are mine. They're not endorsed by IBM in any way. So it's really just, from colleague to colleague, a discussion starter, if you will. So here we go, this week's question. Okay, Bethany, I know you advocate reducing processed foods and increasing vegetables. What are some easy ways to get started when there's not a ton of time to cook at home? Yeah, so this is me, this is all of us, right? Like not an extra minute in the day to cook more than we already do. This is the journey that I've been on for the past year as I've tried to change my diet and think about reducing processed foods and increasing vegetables for myself. So there's probably 3 key tips that I would give to people and that I do give to people who I work with around trying to lead a healthier lifestyle. The first is to buy snacks without labels when you can. So it sounds like a no-brainer, but processed foods have a package. Packaged foods have labels. Many times when we want to reach for chips or crackers or granola bars or chocolate or some other form of processed food when we need a snack. I'm personally trying to change that habit for myself. So my now, go-to snacks are things like avocado, carrots and homemade hummus, fruit, obviously, raw cashews and other nuts. But to be honest, if I'm really just trying to generally curb this, amount of snacks that I'm eating. So I'm just cooking bigger meals, eating more throughout the day, those meals, and trying to avoid reaching for convenience foods in general. The other thing that I've started to do that's really been a game changer is rethink breakfast. So my standard breakfast of yogurt, oh, my dog's right here. My standard breakfast of things like yogurt and cereal and, granola bars and things like that has really, had to change. And we all know breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so I was trying to use breakfast as a way to get more vegetables into my diet. So right now I do a veggie stir fry with beans and rice almost every morning. And it's really changed the way that I've thought about breakfast, and it's made me feel a lot better throughout the day. My energy level is a lot more, even, and it's just been, like I said, a game changer for me personally. So I encourage you to try it if you haven't done this in the past. The other thing I'll recommend is embracing substitutions. So things like rice or other packaged processed foods, even though, a lot of times you get whole grains, it's still a packaged food. So what I've been trying to do, again, to increase the amount of vegetables that I have in my diet is experiment with substitutions. So instead of white rice, I will make, broccoli rice or cauliflower rice. Instead of pasta, I'll make, zoodles, zucchini noodles, and cover that with a pasta sauce and tomatoes and other veggies. And then the other one, the new trend in toast, is sweet potato toast. So I slice up sweet potato, put olive oil on either side, toast it for about 7 minutes in my toaster oven, and you can, cover it with any number of toppings, nut butter, cinnamon, stuff like that. So that's another great breakfast alternative that I've been experimenting with. So these are the 3 quick tips that I have for today, but if you're craving more, feel free to check out my Instagram feed. My handle's @HaleOnKale, and I would love to hear from you. I've also included my, heavy on the veggie stir fry recipe under this video, so I hope you check it out, and I'd love to hear what you think. And please keep the questions coming. Thanks.